Hey guys, I have been dreading this assignment for many reasons. One, because I hate taking videos of myself, and two, because this is such a touchy topic. As someone who works with kids, I just find it so difficult for them to claim their own identity at such a young age and to recognize themselves as something they weren't created to be, especially if they're so underdeveloped like a child. It's hard for them to really predetermine their gender or whatever. So, because I don't like this. So personally, I don't agree that a child should choose their gender. Number one is because scientifically we are born with certain parts that determine our gender, and yes, I understand that some people want to be a different gender later on in life, and I think that a deciding age for that is appropriate around like teens, or maybe even later on when like hormones are fully developed and all of that. It's just so hard to talk about this because it's such a touchy subject, and I don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings or cause any conflict or tension, but I definitely think that it's a sensitive subject for a reason, because it's just hard to state exactly how I feel. But I definitely think that having a child choose their own gender is incredibly inappropriate. As for me, when I was little, I thought I was a boy, and I was a tomboy, and I would play basketball with all the guys, and like I had two older brothers. Like I just wanted to be one of the guys, but that didn't mean I wanted to be a boy. I didn't want to recognize myself as a male. And I just don't think that kids are developed or have the right sense of who they are as a person or just anything when they're young. Like I thought I was a mermaid. Like how would I be able to decide my gender at such a young age when my hormones and everything aren't even developed yet? So I personally believe that just having your child decide their gender, I feel like that's a little not inappropriate, but unnecessary. Do you think it's possible to gender neutralize a child? I don't know. Gender neutrality, I think, is so sensitive to the point where like blue is boy and pink is girl. Like I definitely don't think that it's wrong for a boy to like pink. I just this is so hard for me to talk about. I think it's possible. I really do. Like the articles said that those children are gender neutralized, but I do believe that they will grow up with severe identity issues and trust issues and just a lot of developmental issues because they are forced to believe something that they aren't like necessarily born to recognize. And especially when they're forced to believe or forced to believe that they are something that they're created not to be, is so hard. I feel like it's more of an attention thing for the parents rather than the child. It's like a new thing to do. So that's hard. Are girls and boys really the same? I mean, I think we're totally different in terms of emotions. Looking at my boyfriend and I side to side, we are completely different. I'm way more emotional and psycho. I hope he hears me. Way more emotional, and he just, like, everything just flies over his head. I mean, like, our bodies are different. Obviously, what we have to go through is different. Yeah, I think that we have a lot of differences, but that doesn't mean that we aren't as strong or that we have our own strengths. I think being a woman is beautiful, and I know that the woman thing is just really strong right now, but it is a really powerful thing to be because we get to like have life inside of us, and we are capable to do a lot more than a man can, which is pretty pretty cool. I think we're similar because we're human. We have feelings, we have emotions, we have souls. That is one way that we're similar. And we're different, just anatomy. We're different emotionally, hormonally. My dreams and aspirations are far different than a lot of guys, and I definitely think that women were created to be the motherly type and to just be more nurturing and warm and kind, and then the man is supposed to be more dominant. I think that's one way that we can differ, but that doesn't mean that a woman can't fall into those roles or that a man can't fall into those roles. I think that if it's suited, if those roles need to be stepped into, that they definitely can. So that was really hard. Okay.